Hi everyone, the garden is a mess and today is cleanup day. As you guys saw on our messy November garden tour, we've had a week or so of 50-mile-an-hour winds. 3 or 4 trellises on the hill here have blown down. Most of the plants need pulled out. We're going to assess the damage, reinstall the trellises, shore them up so they're nice and strong, and then get some things replanted. So we definitely have our work cut out for us. Camera guy's going to jump in on the job, and let's jump in. First order of the day is to take all these scarlet runner beans off this trellis, pull the trellis out, and reinforce it. Now this is one of those ladder mesh trellises, and you guys can see here, look at this. The pole that was holding up the trellis completely sheared off in the wind. That's how strong those winds are. Here's the other end of the pole. The trellis is completely bent, and the scarlet runner beans are toast. I am just gonna start by pulling this stake out here, and we're definitely going to have to figure something out a lot stronger to reinforce this trellis. Now it's actually kind of sad to see the garden such a mess like this, but you know what, I can't wait to get all these old plants pulled out to completely start over. It kind of feels, to be honest with you guys, just a little bit overwhelming, but we're taking it one step at a time, and it's going to be really nice to have a fresh new start. Cutting the scarlet runner beans off, and I may be able to save some of these seeds here. The wind was so strong it blew the dried up beans right out of these pods, out of some of these pods, over onto the side of the house, but we'll save what we can to replant. You know, scarlet runner beans are ready to harvest. The beans are ready to harvest when it's nice and dried up in the pod. I don't know if you guys can hear that shaking. We'll set these aside and get all the plants pulled out. I think we're going to actually pull this entire trellis out and not reinstall it, especially if we're thinking about bumping the deck out a little bit. This one's pretty mangled. All right, we got it. Woohoo! Muscle. Okay, it's going to be tricky moving this whole trellis. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh boy, I just remembered. Scarlet runner beans grew over here, so they're all connected to the hanging basket. It'd kind of be nice to see the hanging baskets again too.
That's true.
We haven't seen those for a while. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There it goes, there it goes.
Oh, that's funny.
That was the only thing holding this baby up here.
Mac knows there's something big going on back here.
The scarlet runner bean scarf. Actually, I think we're going to do this next. This is going to be a big job too. Wow, it looks nice and clear here. I kind of like the open look.
That's true. It's a nice change back.
Yeah, nice change up. So this is pretty crazy. These scarlet runner beans are also toast and super, super, wow. I'm just going to start cutting away here at the bottom. All right, let's go for it. This actually has a couple hanging baskets underneath it, so like I said, it's going to be really nice to see the hanging baskets again. I may not even replant this trellis right here. Sometimes the clean look is really nice. If you want a crazy climber, scarlet runner beans are definitely the one for you. Get yourself a big trellis, and the beans are absolutely amazing. I have beans in my bean seed collection. So grab that this weekend with the Black Friday sale. 30% off all my seed collections with the code HOLIDAY. Got trellis number 1, trellis number 2 cleared off. We're going to come back later and stabilize this one. But now let's head down to trellis number 3. Tomatoes and zinnias are on this one, and this could be a little more challenging. Look at how it blew over here. Completely bent and blew over sideways. This one is pretty twisted too. Out with the old and in with the new. She got a few tomatoes on here. Getting kind of hungry, need a little snack.
Oh, those do look good.
These are so good. They love the warm weather. One little tip to save the zinnia seeds: cut the heads off. This one's all dried up. Either sprinkle them right back in the soil now or put them in a paper bag and save them till next year. We've got the tomato all cleared off here. I cannot believe what the wind did here. This rebar is actually bent as the pole fell over, and this pole is completely toast. We gotta pull this out of here.
This is in there good.
Max right behind you. Oh, there you go. Nice, Kim. Whoa. Thanks, Jerry, for getting that pull out. It feels good to see this arch back up again. We're gonna plant some peas on it, but we definitely need some more stability. With the winds we have, there's no way these bamboo poles or this short little rebar pieces are gonna hold it. So let me go grab the big guns and we'll get those installed.
Oh, I see what you're doing. The T-posts.
Yeah, I don't love the look of T-posts. They're not very pretty, but they definitely do the job as far as stability goes. Plan is we need to completely take this arch out, and I want to move this side over a little bit because we always had a hard time getting down the stairs once the plants grew. And move this over, push it in as deep as we can, so it has as much stability as possible.
Do you normally like to thread these through?
Yes, I think we'll probably feed it down from the top here and thread it in between the ladder mesh. I'm going to get the bottom of that T about level with the ground. So, okay, now what I want to do is grab some cable ties and tighten those up because the vines were always getting stuck in those. I'm excited to have a brand new super sturdy trellis in here, and we've got a lot more trimming up to do, but what I want to do first is get some peas planted. That way that is done, they can start growing, and we're well on our way to some brand new crops here. Now what I'm going to do first is clear away some of the mulch at the bottom of our trellis here and add some compost and some worm castings. And my soil is a little bit dry, but all in all pretty moist. I'm going to add a handful my own homemade compost. You can see there's still some eggshells and things like that in there. It's not totally broken down, but it'll definitely add some fresh amendments to the soil. And then a handful of the Vermistera worm castings. So this will just bring new life back into the soil, add the good beneficial bacteria, all those microbes. Oh, it just smells so nice and earthy. I love starting over fresh and getting new things planted. It just feels so, so good. Now we're going to get some peas planted, and I'm really excited about the peas I'm growing. They're from my pea seed collection. Now is a great time in southern climates to plant peas. They're a beautiful cool weather vegetable. They love the temperatures under 80 degrees. There's 6 varieties in here. The ones I'm going to plant today are the Royal Snow Pea. It's a beautiful purple pea. And then the Oregon Sugar Pod pea, which is a giant pea. They are so tasty and so, so sweet. And these are both peas that you can eat, pods and all. They're super easy to grow. And I cannot wait to see some new life come to this trellis. So I am just gonna drop maybe 3 seeds in here at the base of this trellis. They're vining plants, and they're gonna look so pretty framing out this archway. So these are the Oregon Sugar Pod peas. Poking them in the soil, an inch or so in, covering them up, patting them down, and we're going to add in the Royal Snow Peas on the other side. Look at these beautiful seeds. There's the different colors growing up the trellis. Just going to water those seeds in. Now for this hanging basket trellis here. I think the best course of action is a T-post. Again, I don't love how T-posts look. This trellis is so pretty, but I think it's gonna be the best thing to give it the most stability. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, that was in there deep.
Yep.
Look at these seeds, these are so pretty. Hanging pots coming off. These are definitely gonna get replanted, maybe with some beautiful fall flowers. Even peas on this would be really nice. Basically, we have drip irrigation coming up through this trellis here to water the plants. So a little lighter comes in super handy when you're disconnecting or connecting drip. Soften up those hoses. Okay, on this one, we are gonna stand it up straight.
There we go.
3 cable ties should do it here. Give it some stability. Okay, we've got a lot more work to do here to this herb garden. These herbs are in some serious need of trimming, pruning, freshening up, but at least we'll get our peas planted today. I really like to take things step by step, not get too overwhelmed. This is definitely going to be a work in progress, cleaning up all of our garden beds from the windstorm. But here we're going to get some sugar snap peas in, Sugar Ann from the pea seed collection. These are one of my favorite varieties, you guys. They are so sweet. And I can't wait to have them growing again. They're going to look really pretty here on this trellis. Just spacing my seeds a couple inches apart. Don't worry about it too much. And before we know it, we're going to have some delicious peas growing. Maybe even some beans. See those bean seeds that drop there? So we'll see how it goes here in the winter time. Cover them up just a little bit, water them in. Already thinking about those garden fresh peas we're going to snack on right out here in the garden. Now these hanging baskets definitely need a little bit of help. What I'm going to do is take the soil out, refresh it, plant something new in it, probably wash up the Smart Pots hanging baskets too, throw them in the washer. But for now we'll go ahead and just get them hung up just for fun. We'll have to do the hanging baskets on another video. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed this garden cleanup. Again, don't be afraid to take gardening in steps. Don't feel like you have to do everything in one day. Don't overwhelm yourself. Whatever you can get done is perfectly okay. So come along with me on our journey here as we clean up our garden. And don't forget, head over to CaliKimGardeningHome.com. Take advantage of the Black Friday sale, 30% off with the code HOLIDAY. Get your Christmas gifts ordered and we'll get them shipped out to you. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.